Have you ever noticed how you can be having sex and doing just fine, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you have a thought about ejaculation, and then boom, immediately you are propelled towards ejaculation and you come? That is the power of your mind to control your ejaculatory reflex. It's really powerful. And if you're not careful and if you don't train some mental ejaculation control techniques, your mind can actually sabotage your sexual experience and make you come too early. It's actually a really big cause of premature ejaculation. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 really important and powerful mental ejaculation control techniques. And if you have any questions about any of them, leave a comment below and I will get back to you. My name's Taylor. I'm a sexologist and sex coach for men. And I'm here to help you have the most amazing sex life possible, because life is better that way. And because I used to really struggle with this stuff too when I was younger. I spent a lot of money and spent a lot of time figuring it out. Today, I'm happy to share with you how to have amazing sex and be the best lover you can possibly be. Technique number 1 is a pre-sex commitment that you make to yourself. When you know you're about to have sex, make a really strong mental commitment that you are not going to ejaculate for at least the first 10 minutes of that sexual experience. This is important because in the beginning, your mind can often trick your body into thinking it's time to ejaculate, into thinking you want to ejaculate, and it's actually your mind propelling you towards that instead of your body. This happens a lot of the times because of all the porn we've watched as guys, or because of all the movies and TV shows that we've seen that have depicted sex as this short kind of a thing that goes up and ends very, very, very quickly. So we're kind of programmed with that mindset. So make that solid commitment to yourself. First 10 minutes, no ejaculation. That is your fucking rule. If you have to, you will pause, you will stop moving, you just will not ejaculate no matter what for the first 10 minutes. And you'll probably find that after about 10 minutes, somewhere in there, your body finds it more possible to last longer during sex, because your body realizes and your mind realizes that ejaculation is not the immediate goal. Technique number 2 is a mental awareness technique. So during sex, use the power of your mind to pay attention to physical sensation in all parts of your body. One thing that's really common for men, and my younger self included, and still my current self that I have to work on, is that when we're having sex, there's so much stimulation in our penis that we become hyper-focused on the sensations in our penis, and that just amplifies those, and then all of a sudden, oh God, we're about to come, and then we ejaculate. A trick to that is to actually notice all the physical sensations in your body and spread your awareness out from your penis to your legs, to your toes, to your fingertips, to your arms, to your head, to the back of your neck. How does your lover's hair feel on your body? How do the sheets feel against your body? How does the weight of your lover feel on your body? Are you hot? Are you cold? All this kind of stuff. Pay attention to all those sensations, and when you spread your awareness out, there will be less pressure on your genitals. Even just awareness pressure, and a reduced pressure in your genitals means it'll be much easier for you to last longer, because tension leads to ejaculation. And that brings us to technique number 3, which is another mental scan technique, which is while you're having sex, in addition to paying attention to all the physical sensations in your body, notice if there are any parts of your body where you are holding tension. Maybe you're having sex and your shoulders are tense and you can just relax those. Maybe you're having sex and your hips are tense and you're like, oh, I can just relax those and flow a little bit more there. Maybe your pelvic floor is tense. Maybe your feet are tense. Wherever you can relax tension in your body during sex will help you out tremendously, because tension in any part of your body creates more tension in your whole body, and tension leads to ejaculation. Ease and openness and relaxation will help you last much, much, much longer. And this is a mental technique because it doesn't come easy, right? We're not normally thinking about all this stuff during sex. Keep your awareness there. Use the power of your mind to spread out your awareness, and you will be so, so grateful that you did. Technique number 4 is another mental awareness technique, and this is to be mindful of your breath while you're having sex, especially in the beginning of having sex. A lot of guys, what happens when they start to have sex, and especially when they get more into it and closer to ejaculation, is that their breath goes from longer to shorter breaths. Have you ever noticed? That's how you probably start breathing when you're about to ejaculate. If you use the power of your mind to keep awareness on your breath, and you slow your breath down and you breathe full deep breaths regularly throughout sex, you're going to be able to last so much longer, much more easily than using any other technique that's out there. Breath is one of the most underappreciated techniques there is in terms of ejaculation control, and in terms of just experiencing more pleasure in sex in general. Moving on to technique number 5. This is a self-reflection technique. So this you need to do outside of having sex, ideally with your journal and at least 30 minutes to just sit down and contemplate your sex life. I'm going to put some questions on screen, and there are more questions than will fit here, so I'm going to put the rest of the questions in the video description. And what I would love for you to do is to sit down and really be honest with yourself. Really give yourself some radical honesty about your beliefs around yourself, around your self-worth, around what you would actually like in sex and what you're wanting to do to get there. One thing that can happen for a lot of guys who've struggled with premature ejaculation is that they have some really self-limiting beliefs. I used to have a lot of these too. And guys will often have a lot of self-worth issues. I did too. When I was younger, I just straight up avoided women because I didn't want to have sex with them because I knew I was going to ejaculate too early, and I didn't think I was like a worthy man at all. Like I didn't even, like my whole, yeah, that's another longer story for another time, but I was a sexual mess. So just want to acknowledge that and own and say that this is normal if you're feeling these ways. And if you kind of bury that and pretend it doesn't exist, that's going to harm you and that's going to haunt you. So better to be honest with yourself. And then after you're honest with yourself, move on to the questions about what kind of sex life do you actually want? And what are some things you appreciate about yourself? Just earlier today, I was actually on a one-on-one coaching call with a guy who was struggling with this stuff, and we worked through a bunch of these questions. And he went from feeling a lot of shame around his premature ejaculation, which actually led to tension in his body, which compounded that, which led him to more premature ejaculation with his wife, into feeling more happy with himself, more confident. And he actually was able to see, oh wow, he's a great lover already. He's massively skilled. He's really good at connection, really good with his hands, really good with techniques. And right now he's owning that he's working on it. He's a work in progress with this. And so that's what I encourage you to do too, if you're struggling with this, is to own that this is a work in progress, and that's fine. So if you guys ever acknowledge or own that they're working on their sex life, let alone actually work on their sex life, most guys just like to pretend that they have everything figured out. So if you acknowledge this, there's a strong empowerment that can come from that can change your whole confidence. And if you say, I am committed to fixing this and I'm committed to working on this, and you've answered all these questions in your journal, I guarantee you will feel better, and this will help you last longer during sex, especially when you combine all the other 4 techniques here. What I recommend doing now is not moving on to another video, but pause this video and look at some of those questions and just start to think about this. Think about your sex life, think about your sexual abilities and desires, and then map out a time for you to sit down with your journal and actually go in depth with these questions. It will fundamentally change your sex life. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you next time.